she got issues. That's why you show up so hard in career to overcompensate. That's why I got issues.
Hi friends, welcome to today's Legit Support Local video. So today I'm here in a different setup. I have with me Pearly. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, so I'm an intuitive reader, yoga teacher, and also a quantum activation and healing facilitator. My brand is called Transmission Wellness.
Yeah, and friends and family friends would know that she's actually my sister. Yeah! Actually, now I look at the camera, you look a bit similar.
Yes.
And our eye makeup color is the same today.
Eee, so fun! Oh my god, this whole song, talk to the guests like that, oh my god.
So technically, she is my sister, but I'm here to get my life read out for a different perspective. A disclaimer that this video may be a little bit sensitive to some of the viewers out there, and maybe if you are not comfortable to know more about intuitive reading or tarot card reading, sound healing and meditation, you can join me in my next video. Yes.
No, I would still think like it's always good to get an understanding, even if you're disagreeable to it, right? Like it's nice to
Keep an
understand. Yes, open mind, open heart, to know that these things exist. You don't have to agree with it, just know that it exists and how it works. Like people very often jump into a space where they think the work is nonsensical. And I totally understand why, because I used to be there. I was so skeptical when it comes to all these things.
Now that you have mentioned that you were skeptic before, right? I have a few questions here for you first, so that we can get the viewers to know you a little bit more. The first question is, what got you into intuitive reading?
I think when I was going through like a super bad bout of anxiety and depression, yoga and meditation was the first thing I went into, and I think yoga and meditation made sense from a logical space. Like, okay, you calm your mind down, you calm your parasympathetic nervous system down, and you can do things better, you can regulate and manage your emotions better. But then when you dive into yoga and meditation, more often than not you will dive into this aspect of new age spirituality. That's where tarot cards come in. I did not believe in it. I had a lot of YouTube recommendations, those pick-a-power readings.
Yes.
I thought it was nonsense. I'm like, you give your full autonomy in creating your future to a bunch of cards. I think that's bullshit, and I still think it's bullshit. And this is why I do not do fortune telling, and I don't tell the future. Just tell people, hey, based off your past and your present, these are the issues you have, and here are the things you need to work on.
So for you, your tarot card reading is more of like a guide or a different perspective, more than like a, this is your future, this is your present.
Isn't it stupid to put your
entire life
on a stranger with a bunch of cards? Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, logically speaking, I think at the end of the day, your intention is very important, and for me it's very clearly to offer a different perspective. Yes, but then it's from a standpoint where I want to empower people to help them see what they perhaps cannot see due to our own cognitive biases, right? And old ways of being that might be holding you back from being a better version of yourself. If the message is something that resonates with you, you have a takeaway. If it doesn't resonate with you, you also have an answer. You know this doesn't work for you. So I work as a mirror. I hold up a mirror to point out all the issues people have. And whether or not they will be receptive. Most of the time, my paid clients are very receptive. When it comes to readings and it comes to friends and family, I can be a bit more blunt. So it's very different.
I am a victim of that.
Yeah, because you know, with loved ones, you know, there's lesser filters. With clients, you wanna.
I mean, that's reality lah. Okay, anyways,
Yes.
next question. So I'm actually very curious, right? That what is the spectrum of customers and clients you have? Are most of your customers people that believe very into like spirituality and tarot card reading and sun healing, or like you have people who are more, I guess, more logical based and like, I don't know if this is the right term, down to earth, so they just come for a separate opinion or just to have a new experience?
Yes, I would say like it's 50% people who are actually extremely practical. So in their field of work, right, in their career, they are in tech, science, healthcare,
Banking?
Banking also, yes, I have people who are just like really very established, and they actually like are taking care of their company like head. I try not to take clients under the age of 18 unless they've got parental consent.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's very important. Usually my clients are like 19 years old all the way into their 60s.
Oh wow!
Yeah, not all of them are into spirituality actually, and not all of them have tried esoteric practices or modalities. So maybe parts of numerology they haven't even tried before, but I have those who have tried a bit of everything. So I thought that's really beautiful. Every time they come in and they share with me, oh, your reading is aligned with what my parts reader said, or feng shui reader said, or the astrologer, this is what the astrologer shared. I thought that was so interesting because they start to see commonalities in all these modalities, and I think at the end of the day all these things are just different ways of getting to know yourself better. A lot of them come in not knowing whether they believe in it, but they thought just try, and then in the end they always they end up returning, and they are like, oh, I got a lot more from the session than I thought I could have.
I think this brings me to my next question, which I ask all the guests that appear on this series. What is the greatest fulfillment you have out of this? Is it counted a career? What is the greatest fulfillment of this journey? Yes.
Okay, this journey. I call it my practice. I think the fulfilling aspect is knowing that I was able to offer a session where my clients have some sort of a takeaway. If they gain a new perspective, I feel good about it because it reminds me of the days when I'm going through polytechnic and in university, where I get inspired by really great lecturers or profs. They often offer a different perspective, and I think that helps me broaden my perception when it comes to life and how to experience it, and it allows me a lot more compassion and empathy when it comes to different people and how they show up. I know that my work cannot be something that just puts food on the table. It has to be something that serves a larger purpose. It has to serve the people I interact with. I want to be able to connect with people at an intimate level, and I loved hearing their stories and interacting with them.
And definitely with this, when you are with clients, everything is kept confidential and private, so they really share so much about their lives, right?
Very often I am the one sharing about their lives, and they are like, yes,
okay.
It's the other way. They don't share. They'll be like, okay, let's do the reading. Do I need to share information? I'm like, no, you don't need to.
So when you say, they're like, oh no, how do you know? Like
they're
that kind of...
Wow, it's very accurate lah. It's good to know, like it validates what I'm saying and lets me know I'm not spouting nonsense lah.
I am a person that is kind of like very, to a more logical based side, I guess. Like scientific background, scientific fact to believe. For me to come on to this session, like my sister would know lah, a few times like she didn't read to me, then I'm like, really man? So I've decided to keep an open mind today and just see what she has for me and what she has to share with me. Today I'm actually going to try out some of her different services. So maybe you want to share more about what will you be doing with me today?
So today we're going to touch base on, of course, the tarot. I'm going to do an aura painting for Jill also, because these are the two services that people tend to come for. But I also want to highlight a bit of my sound healing and energy healing kind of a session. I love doing tarot and aura readings.
But this is something you advocate for, but you feel like it's not out there yet. In the sense?
Like the energy healing?
Yeah.
In a way, yes, also, but it's also because people don't fully understand what it is.
Okay, maybe you can share with me more about the sound healing and energy healing when we go to that segment. So for now, let's start off with which one first? The cards are here, so let's start off with that. So now we're gonna start my tarot card reading session. I'm actually quite nervous because there's a lot of changes that happened in my life the past 2 months.
Disclaimer, I haven't been home a lot, so I know only like the major events that have been occurring for Drew. Maybe her emotional headspace, that's something that I haven't really...
She don't know at all.
Really know.
I mean, like, I'm quite a close-off person lah, so...
Wow, say it louder for the people at the back.
Wait, do I have to like state what I want to know more about?
You can if you have it.
I think like currently, more about...
in your life. Hello Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn! Okay, anyways, more about my career advancements and relationship because this is so single still.
Okay, so I see a lot of passion when it comes to working towards this future that you want for yourself, and it is coming from a very nice place, meaning there's enough fire in you to get things going. The thing is, recently you also had a surgery, so I look at it from a spiritual aspect, right, and an energetic work aspect in reading. When you have any sort of issues with your abdominal region, this is where you had your surgery in, that is due to a lot of stress and anxiety that's been suppressed or held in your body. So when you do that, it's because in the most part of your life you're in autopilot and you tell yourself, no, I just must get things done, and you show up wholeheartedly, yes, but then you're not listening enough to your body when it says that it needs rest or it needs pause. There have been moments where you just push through a bit harder because you think, yeah, I can stretch my body out a little bit more. So what I'm saying is, it's because you were forced, if anything, by the universe to really hit pause and rest. We look at career-related stuff, right? When it comes to the earth signs, there's a lot of systems in place that you have to deal with. With that in mind, you need to know that there are a lot of things that are out of your control. The things that are within your control is perspective. If you know it gets to a space where you feel unsafe in the environment, that's when you can say, okay, maybe I back off and I leave the environment. If it's from a space where your pride and egotistical self wants perfection and is very idealistic, which is what the Virgo card is about, then that is where you will struggle.
I'm just like so shook now because she is so accurate about the part that I always feel that I'm on autopilot. Because like,
so unhealthy and so somatically it's very, very unhealthy.
Do you talk to your clients like that?
Yes, I do. No, I really do. So my tone will change. I'll speak in a loving, gentle manner, but when I have to call out, this is how I call out. And it's because like, if I don't speak in this tone, it will not hit you that way. I can be like, ayo, why you work yourself so hard? And then you'll be like, ayo, why I work myself so hard? We will go nowhere in this conversation.
Yeah, that's true. It like, we will always feel like too sayang lah in that sense. So you need to like be direct.
I like sayang, but then be direct also.
So basically, I recently had an appendectomy right after I left my first full-time job, and yeah, I guess it's a sign that my body was like saying stop working, because I've been working and studying full-time, by the way, since I started uni, so like I haven't really had a break.
Yeah. And Papa already give you a lot of money. This is from a family aspect, okay? Like,
this is like a personal perspective now.
This is personal. So I know that he can be very protective at times, and this is where in our relationship with our parents we need to find that boundary, right? Yeah. But the boundary is meant to be pushed so that we can find a healthy middle ground. Correct. And so looking back at everything, right? You see this word, fluidity. You see the first word?
Surrender.
What is surrender?
Let go.
Let go of
the past.
And ways of being that don't serve you anymore.
Yes.
Okay. So your ego need to
like
humble.
Humble.
Yeah, be humble.
Sit down.
Okay, no, we're not getting. I knew it was coming out from you. Your ego that wants to have everything be perfect.
Yeah.
In a work situation. Then when that period of time when you're going through school and then you had your intern to clear and then you were doing your part-time gigs, right? You were overworking yourself because you never give yourself time to process how you feel about all the different circumstances and things that are out of your control. You tell your emotions, I don't have time for you, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. You are not over it. You suppress it and put it all in your belly region, your abdomen.
My appendix.
Yes, your appendix.
That small pocket.
Your appendix took all of it. So for you to go through the next part of your career, you need to know there are things out of your control. This doesn't mean you don't try to push for the best outcome. You still do, but you do it from a space. So I do already, and I leave it up to the people and the universe, and it'll play out in the best way possible. It's okay if it doesn't play out. You are not meant to carry the weight of the broken parts of the system.
When I was working in my first full-time job, right, I didn't stop working even when I stepped out of work. Like, I literally didn't even go for dance because I wanted to continue working.
Are you paid overtime?
No.
Then why the would you do that?
I think like prior to the surgery, I've always seen myself as like a person that I need to, if let's say, for example, I'm a dancer, I have to forever like prioritize only dance. Or let's say now I'm an early childhood educator, I need to show up in like my most professional format every single part of my life. But then I totally like put off the side that, hey, you know, I'm an individual that has many different facets to myself. So which is why I also started this YouTube channel, right? Because I want to show like, even though I'm an early childhood educator, I'm a dancer, I have other things that embodies who I am.
Talking about content creation, huge part of your career would come with you being able to collaborate with other people. Basically, you're showing up as an empress in reverse. What this means, right, is you not being able to nurture and take care of yourself. You put nurturance and nourishment and care into all other aspects of things except yourself. How are you going to show up for every other area in your life
if you don't show up for yourself?
If you don't take care of yourself? And I think a lot of it comes from a space where you are very, very stubborn and very quick to react and very, very... I'm not saying this from a personal space, I'm saying it from the cards. You see this card, the guy is like like that, without enough thought and without enough care when it comes to the larger picture.
I'm learning, okay?
Yes, we learn, but then this is your reminder from a bunch of cards. Hey, you need to start doing this. That is what's going to pull you out of the space where you feel like you're working way too hard for a very minimal return.
I'm not gonna deny it that I'm a very quick to react person. Based on our personal conversations, I do know that you also believe in family wounds. Yeah, so in the sense that who we are as a person also derives from how our family members are, or like the people around us that we grew up with.
Yeah, your experiences.
And that's actually a very psychological stand on things as well, because we do learn in psychology that our prior experiences do affect our character and how we view things in life.
Yeah.
I mean, the card is only a guide, right? But I kind of feel like, personally, I'm kind of moving forth slightly better away from it, but I do admit that there's still that present in me. And I feel these days that when I start to go up, I feel that it's starting to hit me slightly again. Like I'm like, shit, I'm back to reality. And like this is like my defense mechanism towards getting hurt.
That's because your body hasn't had enough time to process all the things from the last few years.
It takes time for it to...
Your physical body haven't even fully recovered. I have to be very honest. Like, this will take another 6 months. And this is a forewarning if anything.
This was for the career reading.
What's the message you got from this? What's your takeaway?
Slow down.
Why?
Because not everything is in my control, and I got to learn to kind of trust the process at the same time.
And beyond that, what's the main message?
Show up for myself and take care of myself first.
Why?
So that I can show up for others.
You haven't recovered from your first few rejections.
Okay. She's so accurate. Wow. In what sense? Like me confessing?
No, it's not that. It's...
Or like
you just haven't processed your emotions and you think that there's something innately wrong in you just because you were rejected by those people. Even though logically you know that's not true.
I'm gonna cry!
Your inner child still thinks that she got issues. That's why you show up so hard in career, to overcompensate. Yes, I got issues. Your need for certainty is the thing that is causing you all this frustration. What you can be certain about is your own values and beliefs, and you forge that for yourself. And know that why those people could not align and things didn't play out, even for the ones you rejected and self-sabotage also, I'm going to call out on that. It's all from a space where you think there has to be one specific way things will play out for you.
Right now I'm in a more comfortable space in like being independent or being alone. But like at the start of my head, right, sometimes before bed I will just lie down and think like, why are you still single? Then you know when you PMS, right, then you will be like, why are you so single? Yeah. Then I'll think like, maybe I haven't found myself fully yet. That's why I haven't been sent a man that can come into my life.
The beauty of relationships and connections is the fact that when we interact with another person, even if they trigger us, they actually are teaching us a lesson. Your emotions move through cycles and connect you to your truth. It's telling you not to suppress your emotions. Same thing in romance, same thing in career.
For those who have watched my video about me getting bullied, I think cause a part of me start to realize that maybe because my bullies were mostly guys, so it did kind of affect the way I approach men, or like kind of like being able to trust them more. It's very suckish for me to generalize all men, right, from the past.
So when we look at masculine partner, why it's hard for that masculine partner to come in is because you don't allow yourself to try and trust. Also partially because all the guys who have come into your life have been half-ass and flaky lah. So they're not good enough, right?
Okay.
But you need to know, you have to be open to trying to trust. At least, at the very least, do that. If you know possibly, and you've had this twice already, got the guy showing up and it's pretty good, instead of running into your anxious thoughts and then pouring it out on the person, you vomit on the
Got
person.
it twice.
Yes, 2 experiences where the guy is slightly healthier. It's not from the stories you share. I'm just saying I know there's 2%. Please don't go and overthink and then think about it.
Okay.
When it comes to your mind, then it'll come to your mind.
Okay.
Okay, so oh my god, you're gonna overthink about it tonight. Okay, anyways, so recognize when you are self-sabotaging.
Okay.
You know your attachment style?
The last I checked was secure.
So I think your ego did the test very well.
But the previous one was anxious avoidant.
Yeah, I think you're anxious
Yeah.
avoidance too. I don't think you're secure.
I also think I'm closer to anxious avoidant.
I don't think you're secure.
Okay, so is this all that you have to say about these 3 cards now?
Yeah, I go to the root cause and issue, but then we always have the surface level question. So what's your surface level question you want to ask?
So my question is there currently any like potentials in my life?
The potentiality of things playing out takes 2 hands to clap. Even if you're willing, I think so far the people who have shown up are not at present. We don't know in the future. They are undecided about it. I wouldn't close off all these opportunities because this is your playground to practice dating and practice allowing yourself to fall down and get hurt.
Playground practice.
You know, as a kid, you go to the
dating.
playground, you fall down a bit, you get hurt, then you see whether or not you want to do that same stunt again, then you start jumping around and then flipping around upside down, all that kind of thing. This is your playground.
Okay, understand.
These few guys.
Oh, there's a few guys.
No, you're very good at psyching yourself. Yeah, just friend, nothing one. I'm thinking too much. Blah, 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 all nonsense, okay? Like, you know there's some sort of interest, even if the guy doesn't explicitly say it. What do you understand from that?
Trust the process, just go je. If your heart say, talk to him.
Then
and
talk to
let it
him.
unfold.
Talk to him, ask him out. The unknown can sometimes be unsettling. Even when we prep and plan, the future is unpredictable. When we realize that the mystery is the magic of life filled with fertile possibility, we can approach it with trust rather than fear. Raven has arrived to remind you to trust the mystery, the unknown realm, and the deep inquiry. The magical mystery and innocent wonder of life is something to celebrate rather than fear. When's the last time you prayed?
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah, I think God wanna talk to you. Please stop.
Wait, do you actually have like I mean this is quite on a sensitive
This is
end.
a good trailer, yeah.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive end, but do you have like Christians or people with like religious background that come to
Yes.
you? Because you know like there's a
Yes.
saying that Christians shouldn't dabble into like this kind of...
Why is this kind of thing paper? Remember you asked me like why you do this kind of thing? You know in the Bible they say this is like communication with the devil.
Demon, yeah.
Yeah, I said it is based off your intention. Do you think I want to allow the devil to speak through my cards? If there's anything devilish about this, it's because there is shadow within yourself that you cannot embrace and accept. Let's say this is the devil, so okay, the person need to meet the devil before they are like, I want to see God. Then I serve my purpose more. Like, okay lah,
这个可以
I serve my
add
purpose.
进去的吗？
Yeah, I just add lah. No, but for real though, like I'm not here to deliver the words of the devil. I just speak truth, and people see truth in what I say. Journey with religion, right? You sometimes will steer off course because you have doubts.
Yeah.
Go back to your faith. That is perfect. That's perfect because you found what
Grounds
stands true.
you,
Correct.
yeah.
So if anything, all areas of your life it's the same lesson, which is good. Good in a way where if you work on it, you kill many birds with one stone.
Woohoo!
But if you don't work on it, you will struggle all aspects in your life.
Okay, so we are done with the tarot card reading. And it has been very insightful. Even though she's my older sister, to be honest, we don't really...
So sad, why no? When I tried to reach out, the way she just like closed off and she's like, I'm gonna do things myself, you don't understand me.
As I was saying, we are close, but at the same time, our updates of each other's life is quite sporadic. She looks so unhappy.
I'm very, very saddened life.
That's all for the tarot card reading, and what I can say is pretty accurate, but eventually to each his own beliefs and to each his own level of comfort to accept this as a guide in your life. For me, I think at my current state I am now, it's more of like a reminder. Honestly, accurate lah. So now we are moving on to the next segment, which is aura reading. Do you want to share more about aura reading?
Over here you can see your aura is really splodgy because you are generally very flighty right now, not grounded.